When it comes to Boxcutter, there's multiple systems of alignment. In order to show this in action, we'll Shift A, add a plane, and we'll press Alt V and just make sure wireframe is on. And now whenever I draw a box, I can press R during the draw and just draw this, press R to rotate. And we see that every time I draw a box, the initial orientation is set up to be oriented to the local object that we have at hand, meaning that every time I draw, the shape is drawn straight and I'm having to press R in order to rotate. However, if we press Shift V, we can bring up our orientation helper and we can change this over to nearest edge. And what this means is whenever I hold control and begin using the grid, I'll begin orienting the grid to the nearest edge, which is something that you're already aware of. And that means, of course, I can get in here and begin drawing even more shapes, just using the grid as kind of a jump off point to just quickly get started. However, a new mode has been added under Shift V called Face Fit, where whenever enabled, we'll attempt to orient the grid similar to nearest edge, except it's actually orienting it according to the face that's inside. So if we go back to this area, we see that this area is being calculated based off of this face that's underneath the cursor. Same with this one, just allowing us to get an even better orientation than the one that you might have been used to previous. But it is a new system to Boxcutter. While we're using it with GridFinite, there's not a whole lot to see. However, as we begin continuing on with this release log, you'll see some additional cases in which Face Fit can come in handy. In fact, here we see me calculating with control the face fit for this particular region, and it gives us something more akin to local. But if I press control here, it gives us something more akin to the face that's actually inside of the area where control is pressed. So hopefully that should give you an idea in a nutshell, and also showing how I can just use control to just tap and see what sort of orientation I get without even having to begin drawing the shape.